Plaintiff Sundance Washington is suing her co-worker, Chantel Lewis, for several unpaid loans. Sundance says Chantel told her sob stories, then took her for a ride. But Chantel claims Sundance bought her gifts and paid her rent because they were in a relationship. But when she refused to have sex, she filed this lawsuit.
Okay, Sundance Washington is suing Chantel Lewis for unpaid loans, fees, and court costs. Sundance, tell me how you met Chantel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I met Chantel Lewis in October of 2007 at my job. She approached me. I was sort of giving her the rundown about what to expect in training, what to expect at work. She started telling me about her life. She had a deceased husband, I think who passed in January.
I'm sorry. How old was your husband?
22.
How did he die?
In a car accident.
I'm sorry.
She was telling me she was a single mother. She had told me about some bills that she had that were unpaid. She told me about her phone being disconnected. So she went on to tell me about a lot of the things that were going on in her life.
Her life's a mess.
Basically.
Sorry, I don't mean to disrespect, but you got a lot of problems.
No, that's fine, but why would I tell her that all on the first day that I met her?
I don't know.
That's
I was going to ask you that and ask you what the shoes are doing there.
These are all the shoes that Sundance got for me.
They're very nice shoes.
Thank you. I thought so too.
Why is she buying you shoes?
Sundance liked me. She thought I was a beautiful girl, thought I had a beautiful personality, and she bought me tons of gifts.
Well, it sounds like you started with a tale of woe and she comes through with the gifts.
I don't know if it was a tell of woe, just someone who was interested in someone else.
Why are we here today?
We're here today, Your Honor, because Miss Lewis needed to have her rent paid. She was saying something about her rent was due. She asked me if I would pay it. I told her that I would loan her the money. She gave me one amount of $712
Okay.
that needed to be paid. Now, when I got to the location, the lady there told me it was a different amount. I contacted Miss Lewis, told her it was a different amount, told her that, again, this was a loan.
You didn't know how much your rent was?
No, I do know. I don't know how much my rent is because I don't pay it all the time. But
You get other people to pay your rent?
if they want to
and buy
pay
your
it.
shoes?
If they want to buy them,
How many people you got on the line here?
I don't have any. Sundance courted me. Like, she bought me whatever I want. She'd get me watches and rings and jackets and shoes, candles, whatever. I didn't have to ask Sundance for any of that. She would just get it for me because she was being a sweetheart, I guess. She liked me. Like, we were in a relationship.
No, Your Honor, we were not having a relationship.
Are you kidding me? Yes, Your Honor, we were having a relationship.
Okay, if that's her perception, that is not my perception.
Did you sleep together?
Absolutely not.
No, we did not.
Okay, so you just
She wanted to sleep together. We did not sleep together because I told her not happening, and she got upset about it.
Who's this here?
That's Tyler. That's my girlfriend now.
Oh, okay. I'm getting it. Who are you?
I am Sundance's girlfriend.
Okay, all right. Now it's making sense. All right, so you're courting. Now she's suing you. She's saying that you owe her, for starters, for rent.
True. But everything else she gave me, and I signed a promissory note for the rent.
Good, let's
but
see. There's a promissory note?
Yes.
See,
Yes, Your Honor.
Sundance wised up over here. Promissory note. I, Chantel Lewis, agreed to pay Sundance Washington $712 when I received my tuition reimbursement. Financial aid, expected 2.8 or 3.8. Now we find out that the rent is the Village at Curtis Park, $778 for the rent.
I honestly just really don't know how much the rent is.
So you know what I'm thinking now?
I really don't know.
I'm thinking you're a young, pretty lady who doesn't have any idea how much your rent is. You're telling her a tale of woe so you can get some action and some gifts on the side.
Absolutely not. She courted me. She
Obviously,
gave me what
she
I
courted
wanted.
you. She courted you because you could be courted.
The only thing I did ask her for was the rent, but she paid my car note, my cell phone bill, she'd buy me groceries. She gave me her charge card to go buy groceries.
Whoa. Is she
Absolutely
this
not.
nice to you? Stand up here. What's your name?
My name is Zena Walker.
Hi.
Hi. I've known Sundance for over 20 years. We were in a relationship for 11 of those years. But during the time that she met Miss Lewis, we were not together. So I think that Miss Lewis took advantage of her vulnerability and also her kindness.
Yeah, she's kind of lady.
Some of the things that she did for Miss Lewis, I do find outrageous. But I also think that, as with all predators, they know who to prey on.
Okay, thank you. And who are you? Step up.
My name is Tyler Meredith. I'm Chantel's
Do you
girl.
buy her shoes?
I do buy her shoes. But I do remember, and there were even times I'd go through her text messages, and there'd be messages from Sundance.
Like what?
Calling her girlfriend and saying, I'm having a party. My friends are asking about my girlfriend. Where are you?
Okay, sit down. Sit down. All right, Sundance.
Your
You're
Honor,
suing her for the rent. She owes you for the rent. There's
That's
no
correct.
question.
as well as her child told me that they didn't have any food in the home. I spoke with her and
How old are you?
confirmed that.
22. I just turned 22.
And how old's your child?
He's 5.
He's 5? How old are you?
I'm 53.
53, 22. Go ahead. So you buy food for the baby.
Yes, I allowed her to use my card. I suggested to her that since they didn't have any food, $150. She came back. When I looked at my charge card bill, I saw that she had purchased gas and about $258 worth of food, $40.01 at 7-Eleven, and then went back to Safeway for $39.65.
Did you actually tell her a limit of 150?
Yes, I did.
No,
and
she did
Tell
not.
you the limit?
Nope.
And-
She gave me her charge card, and I
Boy,
went and
that's a
got what I
mistake.
wanted.
Absolutely not. I said that you can use this to get $150. After she came back and had spent more, she actually joked about it. And then I said, well, that's okay because I'm adding it to what you already owe me.
Did you get her
I-
to sign something?
No.
No, I did not get her to sign anything at that point.
See how fast she said no?
Wait a
She
minute.
knows what's going on here. You don't.
Right. Not only that, all of this transpired when less than 15 days. It happened just like that. I need this, I need that. And so it wasn't until I sat down and wrote everything out,
How much does she owe you?
a total of $2,740, which includes all of the unpaid loans, the total for the fees and the court costs.
Let me ask you this. What, other than the rent that she's agreed to pay, does she sign anything?
No, because she was moving so fast, I was never able to catch her.
Because you were
Actually, Your
dating.
Honor, she actually said to me, I see you as an opportunity. I actually said to her later in an email that now I understand what you mean by opportunity. It happened so fast, and I think that I just was caught off guard. Now, every time that I would try to talk to her about paying me my money back, I told her I was going to send the process server to her job. She said that, no, don't embarrass her that way. Send him to her house. I said, I don't know where you live. And so she gave me her address. I drove by her address.
Several times.
Excuse me. I drove by her address. She actually sent me a text that said that I was stalking her. I told her, don't flatter yourself. I am trying to verify your address now that I have it.
Was there any kind of verbal agreement she was going to pay you back?
No.
Yes, Your Honor. I thought that she was going to pay me back all of this through her student loan. She told
Are you
me
in
about.
school?
I am in school.
What do you do?
I go.
What do you?
What do I study?
Yeah.
A double in Spanish and communications and a double minor in biology and ethnic studies.
Boy, you know communications real good.
I do.
You communicated with her and you just got whatever you needed. You really moved in on her. You were, as far as this court is concerned, someone who knew that you had an older woman, a stunning young woman who's needy, whose husband just died, who loves to look good and get dolled up, has a little boy. You know, you've got it all. You got the sad sack story, and you went right for the gusto here. And you know what? She pressed your buttons, and shame on you. You're 53. You should know better than that.
I
All
agree,
right?
Your Honor.
What do you want to tell me besides showing me the shoes?
She courted me. Period.
So this
End
is
of
all a
discussion.
gift because you're beautiful and young and you're needy.
Because we were dating, not beautiful, young,
But you
nor
didn't sleep
needy.
together.
We were dating. You don't have to sleep together to date.
No kidding. But when you're a generation, I'm not so sure about it.
Well, then I must be a different generation because we weren't sleeping together. We were talking, getting to know each other. We'd hang out. We'd have
Getting
dinner.
to know each other. The woman that barely knows you, she's spending $3,000 on you.
It was her decision.
Your Honor, I made it very clear that this was a loan because I was going to purchase a home. After that, when I contacted her about it, I told her it would impact my credit rating. She then texted me on Mother's Day and asked me how my day was going. I was like, back at you, but what about my money? She told me then to do what I needed to do, Ma. So here I am doing what I need to do, which is to recoup my $2,740 from a scam artist.
You owe her the rent, right?
I do.
What about the credit card?
I don't.
Why?
I had my own wine at her house. My son had toys at her house that she purchased just for him. For when him and I went over there, she'd make me dinner. We were
She's
dating.
a nice
She
lady.
courted me. I know, but there's a line between being a nice lady and being in a relationship. And we were definitely in a relationship, and that's what she got me. It's just
And there's
what
a
I'm
line
used to.
between being in a relationship and taking advantage of someone. And there's also a line between targeting someone and going for it
I didn't
so that you
target
can
her.
benefit. Oh, you targeted her.
Okay.
What do you want to say?
On May 21st, Your Honor, she called me and told me that she had my money.
Ah.
And, right, don't get too excited. She told me that she had my money. I asked her if I could come get it. She told me that I couldn't come get the money, that she would give me the money, but she had to go to dinner with her sister first. I call her a day later at work and say to her, what about my money? She says that she's having a bad day because the money was either lost or stolen during dinner.
Are you surprised?
Thank you.
Come on.
Right. And
Come
so
on,
then,
it's all a game. She's still
right,
laughing.
I asked her if she filed a police report. No, I didn't
Of course
think
she
of it.
didn't. All right, stop, Sundance. You're ahead. You want to say anything else, Chantel?
Why would I call her and tell her I have her money? I told her I had her money, and she said, well, if you're not going to give me the 2,000, whatever.
So why didn't you put the money in the mail? If you're a decent person,
that's
you
not
know
what
you
she
owe her the
wanted.
money. Don't interrupt me. Why wouldn't you put the rent in the mail?
Because that's not what she wanted. She didn't want the rent money. She wanted the whole amount.
Defendant Chantel Lewis insists the plaintiff showered her with gifts and gave her money because they were in a relationship. And when she refused to have sex, the plaintiff got angry.
Here's the deal. The plaintiff is suing the defendant for unpaid loans and fees. The plaintiff is alleging that it was a professional relationship wherein she loaned money to the defendant for everything from a cell phone bill to groceries and gas and rent and a car note. And of course, the defendant's saying, I'm sweet, I'm beautiful, I'm young. Just give me this stuff. So we've got a promissory note for $778, and as far as this court is concerned, the defendant is obligated to pay as agreed pursuant to the promissory note. Now, as it relates to the note for the car, $1,102, there is no promissory note. However, I'm going to award you that because as far as I'm concerned, that's something that she came into the relationship with, and I'm not getting good vibes from this one, and I think that you were targeted. However, you gave her the credit card. Shame on you. Don't let anybody use your credit card. So I'm going to give you $1,880. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Chantel, you are a predator, someone who targets people, who thinks she's cute, who thinks she's gorgeous, gets gifts, thinks it's great, but you know what? One of these days, you're going to rub up against the wrong person. You better start being straightforward about what you want from people and make sure that you protect yourself because you are headed in the wrong direction. Verdict for the plaintiff.